Hopefully everyone's doing well. Thank you. Well, hope y'all gals and guys are doing good on this Tuesday evening. Let's see where Wolf Tone is. Let me invite him since I'm sounding decent. All right. Where is Wolf Tone? Beautiful. Let's see if he joins. I'm going to let him know right now in the DMs that I sent the invite. Oh, actually, it sends it anyway. Okay, beautiful. Hello. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. I got a new microphone. Probably, no, my dumbass probably doesn't even work, but hey, at least I'm trying. So let's see. Let's see. He has been invited. Let's go. I'm hyped. And to Nate's credit, he's pretty hyped too, it seems. So seems like it's going to be a pretty interesting evening. So sit back, sit back, relax, and enjoy, please, by all means. And I'm sorry, still waiting for what Nate. So I'm going to take a sip of water and just wait for Nate. Give me 3 seconds. Sorry, dehydrated, but yeah, I did get a new mic, Belmont. So at least it sounds better because I have a Shure coming in the mail, but Amazon hasn't delivered it because Amazon in the ghetto, they come when they want because they're intimidated, I guess, of the neighborhood. But these Chinese mics came in very early, so at least they're good. Gog, you can listen if you want. Just hop on in, or if not, I'll have it recorded for my YouTube channel, so you can just watch it on demand later. So you can have the best of both worlds. So you never know. Let me see where Nate is. He pressed the buttons and he knows no clue how to get in. So let me invite him. 2 seconds. I'm sorry for the dead air. I'm having to explain to Nate how to use Twitter Spaces. So sorry for the dead air. I apologize. Okay, let me invite him again because he doesn't seem to understand. So invite. There we go. Has he joined in? Yeah, ferrets do suck, but they're in kindergarten cops, so they're high tier to me. This is a ferret. See, honestly, kindergarten cops, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here to pretend. And they said but he hasn't joined. Hmm. The suspense builds. Where are you, Nathaniel? Oh my lord, this is the second person to have trouble with Twitter Spaces in a row. I thought I'd have trouble, but it's pretty fluid if you ask me. I am so sorry. Nate is wild. Let's see what he's typing. He's in the space, but he doesn't hear anything. Okay. Let me see if I see him. I do not see him. Nate, if you're in here, it says I gave you an invite to speak, so just accept the invite to speak in the space. Let's see if he's in here. I don't see you. Let me just tell him to do this way. Join me. I'll invite you from there. I'm so sorry, people. It's a work in progress, as usual. So I'm hoping Nate can just see that I'm hosting because I'm like one of the people he follows, and he can just click on that. Fingers crossed. I don't have hope. I really, I really don't. Fingers crossed. Oh my lordy! Should take anime sex scopus took like 45 minutes. See how long it takes Nate. I'll give Nate the benefit of the doubt because he has the boldness. I'll give him 20. But we'll see. Oh, there we go. He is Wolf Tone is in here. So whenever you're ready, Nate, we can start. You just have to hit the mic whenever you want to speak, and then when I'm done speaking, I'll hit mute. So whenever you're ready, because we got Nate Tone in the house. The suspense is building. Base Nate, he's building up the suspense. He's gonna build up the drama. I like it. I respect it. Yes, Benzo. Nate has entered the space. Big credit to Nate, though. It did not take him 20 minutes. Yeah, well, I'm hyped too, Benzo. We're hyped. We got Nate in the house, people. I was a party rockers in the house tonight. Everybody have a good time. For real. Sicko Hunter wants a shout out. Everybody gets a shout out. Osama wants a shout out. Hapless Toe wants a shout out. I can't even pronounce it. He wants a shout. Everyone gets a shout out. Benzo gets a shout out. Everyone's getting a shout out today. It's a lovely Tuesday. Bud is getting a shout out. I wonder if Bud's listening. Probably not. He's a little wild and a little out there. Hapless Toad, I did shout you and Sicko out, but I'll shout you out again. How you doing, Hapless Toad? Hope you're doing wonderful today. Benzo got a shout out. Belmont got a shout out. Bud got a shout out, but Bud's not listening because he's too cool for school. So we have Nate, but whenever, like I said, Nate's prepared. The show starts at 7. He still has 1 minute. He can do whatever he needs to do. Hopefully the mic sounds better. To Lou, I need a shout out to you too, bro. How you doing? How's everybody doing? It's a lovely Tuesday. I will do when Nate joins. I will tell everyone said hi, Nate. Of course, I'm not going to be rude. This is supposed to be a fun experience, not a rude, crude, and inconsiderate one. Let's see. We got 1 minute to countdown. Nate knows how to build up suspense. I can't hate. I genuinely can't hate. He knows. Not as much hype as Anime Sex Coach. Actually, I would say more. Anime Sex Coach he kind of sucked because he was just kind of rude. But he says I'm a snarky bitch, so what do I know? We got Nagger. Shout out Nagger. Who's Nagger here? I don't know. That sounds a little sussy vodka if you ask me. Nagger? Hmm. Hmm. Nonetheless, we got Dark Home's Dungeon. That's sussy vodka, but hey. Nate does have showmanship. He has 100 and some odd episodes. So let's see. If you have any questions, Nate, I will just DM me and I will. You have to hit the mic. Sorry. I have to tell him he's muted by default. Apologies. I should say if he doesn't know, it's the little purple thing. If you can hear me, Nate, it says the mic is on. You just click that, and you should be able to speak. I will give you patience because I'm retarded too. It took me a minute to use Elon's newly implemented Twitter Spaces. So let's see. Let's see. It's the purple button. Thank you, y'all, guys and gals, for the patience. We got. Oh, there we go. Yes, I
There
can
we
hear you.
go. All right. Excellent.
Interesting. How you doing today?
My apologies for taking so long. I was retarded and I wasn't seeing the stuff at the top right corner. All right. Hey, I'm doing great. Doing great. One sec. I'm
I'm
going to
glad to hear that.
record it on my
Take your
end
time.
real quick. Yeah, let's just.
Oh,
There we go.
take your time.
Awesome.
Well, we're
That's what we.
here. We got Natetone in the house, people. So this is an interesting Tuesday night. So I just wanted to say how you doing, and I
Doing
gotta say
good.
I love your videos.
Oh, thanks.
No, thanks. I hope you continue to make them because what you're 120 odd episodes in, and I can't lie, I do find some of them very entertaining. So please, by all means, I hope you implement streaming too. You would be an entertaining streamer. I think. I think Kick would be perfect for you. But that's
Heck,
just me.
man. I don't know about streaming because I like to condense all my thoughts because I know people's time is valuable, man. I ain't ever gonna like be reading super chats and stuff like that. I respect to people who do that, but like I want to make sure to condense all my stuff down to some, alchemically condensed product.
I understand that. I can see that point of view, but I'm just saying from streaming point of view, people would love to interact with you live. People would love to see your thoughts off the top, not just to say that your condensed thoughts are entertaining. I'm just saying, just keep an open mind for streaming. I think you would be a star,
All
honestly.
right, man. All right. I love to talk to people for sure. I love to like reconnect with a lot of people in the sector that I got rudely excised from, and I don't blame Just a Bud or Maskell or anything. I understand. I understand that I was being a spurg, living in the chat, and that's no way to live.
If I may, since we're bringing it up, you seem to have a lot of vitriol towards Noel, but you're allowing your feelings to be forgiven for other people like Muskel. Why is that?
Well, it's the recent stuff. I try, if you go back like 60, 80 episodes ago, if you go back like 100 120 episodes ago, you'll see me struggling and calling Null a little prick. But then I try to forgive him. But recently, I've been wrestling with this whole uh, pro Netanyahu stuff. You don't have to be anti-Israel to understand that Netanyahu is like a monster and he's going to destroy everything around there. And him doing like the pro Netanyahu stuff for donos and stuff like that, you can kind of see the after effects on the farms. And it didn't go out as he predicted. And that's the main point is like, we got to make our predictions good. We got to go down the right road. The road that's most advertised, and he should know this is somebody who hates advertising. The road that's most advertised isn't always the best one. You got to go down that hard road and build stuff up and actually help people live their lives in a good way.
Okay, that's interesting, but I think Noel has it pretty difficult. He doesn't have a bank account. My man can't even go to Mickey D's and get like a McDouble off a Chase Freedom card or whatever the case may be. I, so that's struggling, but
Hey man, the
to
struggle
to
is
say
real.
the struggle is real, but to bring up Israel as an excuse for not liking Noel is kind of wild. So please continue. Well, I see that you've been tweeting about Israel a lot on your X since you've reinstated it. Why is
Yeah.
that? Are you pro Palestine?
Let's see. I wouldn't say so. I've only been following Palestine. Well, actually, no. I've been following Palestine for like 2014. About 11 years, and it's just live streaming first person video footage, audio footage before AI could make a lot of fake stuff of people really, really suffering, anywhere in the world, whether it's Africa, sometimes people do it to themselves, but whether anyone's suffering, you want to help lift them up out of it and to just like kind of push them down, push them down, push them down. I don't think that's in line with like the higher points of the human spirit. I think that's very base. I think that's very what the Bible would call sinful.
I mean, I would say I'm pretty sinful. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna pretend I'm a virtuous human being. I got problems, but
Seven times a
so
day, man. Everybody, 7 times a day at least.
you sin 7 times a day. You say proof
everybody,
time.
everybody does.
Everybody, okay.
Every time I have a
Since
bad thought, every time I think mean about somebody, no matter what they're doing, that's bad on me.
it's bad on you, really.
Yep.
I'll save that because there are some questions revolving that. I hope you don't mind because people have very interested in what you have to say, so they left
Oh no,
form
man.
questions. So I'll
Shoot,
save
shoot
that
me
for
with the
later.
highest caliber questions you got, man. I can handle it.
Okay, you sure? Okay, I'll start off with
Yeah.
something simple right now. from our favorite Benzo Samurai. He says, "What
Oh, I
part
love
of
that guy.
Ireland?"
We
Oh,
love
we
our
love
Finnish
Benzo too.
brother.
What part of Ireland do you have family from?
My
Is what he's asking.
my mother's mother hails from Sligo, and my father's crest, the Spellman crest, is literally the Sligo um flag, but instead of 5 dots, white dots on a black background, it's 12 white dots on a black background. So you know the you know the there's a lot of connection there back to some of the more Celtic parts of Ireland, but there's also some connection to the southern parts of Ireland from our great ancestors, where people migrated up from Spain and France over time. And that's where we get a lot of our black hair, sort of stuff. Because there's a lot of people in Ireland that don't have black hair, but there's a lot of people in Ireland that do, and a lot of the black hair does come from the south. But it's all welcome as long as people can fight for the Irish nation, try to fend off the damn Brits. No hate though.
Yes, no hate, but you sound like you have such proud heritage. So I can't hate on that as well.
Oh, I love
But
Ireland.
since your name is Wolf Tongue, would you like to explain to the people that are probably newer to the farm that are listening to why did you go by the name Wolf Tongue?
Yeah, it's named after Theobald Wolftone. Don't get it twisted thinking of some furry shit. It's
It's
Theobald
not
Wolftone.
furry shit.
No, 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 no. I
No,
only
no,
listen
it's
to
not.
one furry artist, one furry music artist, and I don't follow any furry like physical artists, because that shit's twisted. But like the music that this person guy pumps out is really, really, really good and free, and he's released it for a very long period of time, and then he transitioned and all that crap, and like apparently he raped somebody somewhere along the line. It's just like, you don't have to condone every single thing Andy Warhol ever did, who was a creep, to understand that he was a pretty good artist. That's the
Did
thing
you just
about
bring up? I did not expect Andy Warhol to be brought up today. Wow, interesting. Yeah, well, Andy Warhol is weird, and
it.
Basquiat killed himself, so fuck them
Yeah.
both. To be honest with you, but I'm glad that you're. I can't hate on your proud Irish heritage. You
Yeah, yeah,
really
yeah.
seem to be happy. You have a really good sense of identity,
To
so
go into
I
Theobald
can't
Wolff
take
a
that
little
away from
bit,
you.
he founded the original IRA back when it really stood for something, and there was a big schism between the James Connolly IRA, which was the Marxist IRA, and the original Wolftonist IRA, and that's where the troubles came from. And they lost. The Marxists lost at the end of the day, but we still struggle. There's still scars, deep, deep scars, especially around Ireland and Dublin and Meath, from that conflict.
Okay, I'm gonna hypothetical. You ever see the show Deadliest Warrior?
Yeah, I used to watch that all the time.
Would you say Wolftone's IRA or the IRA that was based after Wolftone's IRA? What would you say would win in a, let's say, a hypothetical battle?
Well, shoot, the reality of it is that Marxists have to rely on Zerg rush tactics, because at the end of the day, they create societies that are very, very stupid. And the coffee shop intellectual Marxists, at the end of the day, also make very, very stupid, self-defeating decisions. So I would say the people that have the nation and the spirit and the religion and the culture of their ancestors in their hearts, and are honoring the decisions of their ancestors, which are decisions that program into their DNA, those are the strongest warriors for sure.
Okay, that's beautiful. I'm glad that you articulated that. Just the butt wanted to say right now hi. So hopefully he's listening.
Well, shout out to Sicko Hunter, man. Sorry, I was
Shout
the dick in the chat sometimes.
well, Sicko Hunter says hi back. I guarantee he loves you. Everyone in the chat loves you.
Yeah.
Everybody wants you back. Let's put it that way. Let's
Mm,
go back to Benzo Hunter since we're talking about religion earlier. He says, "What form of
sure.
Christianity do you adhere to?"
I am a sede vacantist Catholic. So I believe that the
This-
chair of St. Peter has been empty since Pope Pius the 12th.
Are you a part of your parish at your local church? I'm just curious.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
What
the
do you
I'm
do?
the I'm the Scola director. I conduct and direct the chorus.
No way. You actually
Yep.
direct the chorus. So
Yeah.
that at least you got some singing talent. Can we get a quick freestyle right now, or whatever you want to sing?
Ave Maria, gratia plena,
Beautiful. I
Thank
thank you. No, thank you. That was beautiful.
you. You're welcome, man.
One last question for Benzo, wrapping his questions up. He
All
said
right.
thoughts on the Kiwi Farm's place and mission in popular culture.
Ooh, they okay. So this one's rough. This one's tough because I was literally plugging the Kiwi Farms in jail. I was plugging the Kiwi Farms to everybody. My parents
Really?
legitimately, my parents legitimately like viewed the Kiwi Farms as heroes back like 3 or 4 years ago, and that's why they would always help me buy merch and stuff, and then I would work off the debt and stuff because I'm not very plugged into finances and stuff like that. But I'd say the Kiwi Farms was extremely essential to moving along the horrific transgender argument about like, I have some friends who went down that route. One of those friends shot acid into his testicles and they exploded. And I'm serious. And the last time that he ever contacted me, he was begging for pain pills. Like, where do you get? And I don't know where to get pain pills. I'm not an opiates guy, but like, and then I have another friend who like painlessly transitioned into a girl. And it's just like, well, it makes me sad every time I see their face because it's just like, they're not living truth. They're not living their best life. And Kiwi Farms really really helped move along that narrative, and they did it from a place of genuine empathy, from seeing people struggle. Like I can defend Null on many many different metrics. It's just like I really wish he would straighten up. A lot of the stuff that he was doing when he was younger is coming from a place of like understanding of people who are transgender and stuff like that, and the pain that they go through and the psychological dysmorphia and stuff. Dysmorphia and um, I think it means something along the lines of unbalanced, something like that. Oh no,
They have, I
euphoria
would
means
say,
balanced. Yeah,
Euphoria, like the show. We don't talk
euphoria
about
means
that.
balanced. It doesn't mean like feeling good all the time. It means
It's not
balanced.
bliss. It's a
So
balance.
everybody should
Yeah,
actually
like
strive for that.
Bruce Lee, flow for the
Yeah,
water, be water. Okay, I see what you're saying.
flow and crash, flow and crash.
Going back to the transgender friends, you said he legitimately shot an acid into his testicles and they exploded.
He had multiple sclerosis, and like this was my nigga. I would carry him around on my back. Like he was a very very small guy, and he legitimately like did that to himself. And like he said that the ER was like so uh taken aback by the horrible things, but like it would be a sign of things to come. See, what happened is he got ingratiated in a bunch of black bloc commie shit somewhere along the line, like black bloc, the old dress all in black, flag, the three bars.
Believe me, we have all that in
Yeah.
California. Any kind of ideology, religious,
Mhm.
political, sexual, whatever the case may be, we have it. But
That's where
continue. Yes.
The Theosophical Institute is located, and I think it burned down in those recent fires. Theosophy is something from the 1800s, like late 1800s, that takes all the religion of the world and like boils it down, puts it in a tackle box, and then takes out what part is most manipulative when they need it. And that birthed anthroposophy, which is the root of like face blind racism. So it makes people forget where the races and when the races are best by thinking that, oh, white people are good, which is a white people, like Europeans have fought for so long. What's a black people? Africans have fought for so long that the Dahomeyans were selling, the Benini out to Portuguese slave traders. Black and white are tools of North American statecraft, and it all originates from anthroposophy, which originates from theosophy, and Ariosophy actually originates from that. So, like, if the Germans wanted to really, really revive their nation, they wouldn't have listened to some Himmler Tibetan BS. And Null actually agrees on this. In fact, I get some of the opinions on this from Null that they should have left Himmler's ass in Tibet
You
and just
think they
focused
should have
on, yeah,
left him there?
yeah.
Interesting. So you do have a lot of things you like about Noah. It's just that not all of his things you agree with. Is what you're
I
saying.
just,
You
you
s-
know,
you have a soft spot for him. Is what you're saying.
yeah, I defended him for many, many years. And here's the thing: is like I never actually watched his like Dynastia made a thread outlining all the block line stuff, and I never actually looked at it until I was already on the outside, until I was already being pushed. It started in December 2022, and that was after like a year or a year and a half of him listening to me more and more. And my greatest achievement, I think, was first off in a parody sense, trying to push him away from ever doing a VTuber. He had a little VTuber, Slobbermut, that he was going to consider doing, but a lot of people pushed him away from that. I was one of those people. But the biggest thing I think I did was I talked about religion all the time, and I think he
Yes, you did.
yeah, and
You
I
did.
think he actually got into religion
24
after.
hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Interrupting, not to interrupt, sorry. Just but
Oh no,
says, why are you a faggot and why are you out of breath right now?
I don't know. I've been drinking a couple of martinis.
Oh,
Or not
you're
martinis.
indulging in some liquor. Okay, I can't hate. It's a Tuesday night. It's 5 o'clock
I've
somewhere.
needed to for like 2 or 3 weeks now. I haven't been having the opportunity, and things finally got straightened out outside of the opportunity. Oh, is that Hensteppel? Is that Stephen Lafleur? Is that my best friend arsonist himself?
Oh, you see, it seems like got some clout in here. I can't hate.
Oh
And
yeah, that's my bro, dude.
wow, Nate's got his hype. See, I'm glad you. I will say this as we're talking with you for about almost 30 minutes here. You've been easier to deal with than anime sex seat, so thank you for that. I do humbly appreciate it.
I gotta listen to that one day, man. He was a big super chatter. He super chatted some funny stuff. He wasn't the farting anime dragon guy, was he?
He is the anime dragon
Oh
guy, actually.
no!
He hates me, but I told him my door's always open. If he wants to talk, I'm willing to do it whenever he wants.
Well, that's very
Ju-
courteous of you.
I try to. I'm not perfect, but hey, I'm here to have fun. Musco wants to say that your tits are huge. And why is he
Ah,
saying
fuck you, man. Gynecomastia is not a choice.
that? You're wild, my man.
Hey,
Okay.
can you answer a question for me? How's Pissmaster?
Pissmaster, I have not seen Pissmaster. I haven't used the
Oh,
DMs. But
that's
I can
that's
ask
a
just the bud.
load
He knows everything.
that's a load bearing structure right there for the Kiwi farms. If Pissmaster's gone, then the Kiwi farms is in dire straits.
Why would you say that?
Because he's really, really nice and he's really, really creative and he like links people together instead of like driving people apart. Driving people apart is what kills a community. Linking people together is what creates a community. You know what I'm saying?
Pissmaster died in Germany, so that's
No!
what I've been told.
No!
I heard a fat woman like laid on him and he got suffocated, but
Ah, maybe
that's
so
just
she did.
rumors and innuendo.
You know what? He
I don't
went
know.
out doing what he loved.
Yeah, fat chicks, it do be like that. Gog and Magog ask, "What are your favorite animals?"
Ooh, I love manatees. I love manatees. I love seals.
Oh, yeah, that is true because you have a manatee plushie in your room. Can you explain the origin of that?
I have had that since a little kid, and my parents got that from Ron John Surf Shop. So that manatee was very likely created with cocaine money. Because if you don't know, Ron John Surf Shop was a big coke smuggling operation before they turned into a surf shop.
And where is this place located to the people that are foreign?
Well, we got one over in Cocoa Beach, but I think there's a couple more around the east coast of Florida.
So you're a thoroughbred Florida boy.
Well, not necessarily. I was actually born and raised in the Piedmont Triad region of North Carolina, Greensboro, Winston-Salem, High Point.
Oh, so you're actually a country boy. You watching WCW? Is what you're telling me.
A little bit, a little bit. I still have some of the accent because from 1 to 7, that's where your like most of your personality comes. But yeah, I've been in Florida for a while, and I do love Florida. But like what I've noticed with Florida recently, excuse me, we're like magnetizing some of the most psychotic people in the world here. And I've noticed it's actually been making the rest of the country better. And I've said this for years now. Bring them all to me. Bring all the evil people to Florida. We will sink into the sea together. I will be like Tal Rasha. Stab that soul stone into my heart and seal me away. Let's do this.
Your
It's all
soul
right.
stone. What's a soul stone?
Oh, you never played
Elaborate. What
Diablo
the?
2? Diablo 2 is the
I
shit, man.
played. I've been playing Diablo 4. The only thing I remember because when Diablo 2 came out, I did not understand dungeon crawlers. I was a little kid. I'd rather play Alien
Uh,
versus Predator 2 because
Bro,
it's
you
a
missed
first
out on
person
a
shooter.
lot, man. That was the best game in the world back in the day. You know, Warcraft 3 was pretty close with all their custom games, and now they created Dota, and the Dota created LOL.
I don't play Dota or League of Legends. None of that actually. I
Well, that's
am.
just one of like 1,000 games that were created in the custom maps in Warcraft 3.
Or, for example, do you play Dota a lot, or
Nope.
what games do you play?
I've never played Dota 2, and the original Dota was way. Everybody playing that was so much more talented than me that I could never get into the game without disappointing people. So I just play tower defense games and stuff like that. Occasionally
Like
RPGs.
Balloon? Oh, I was saying
Uh,
Balloon Tower Defense 4 with the little monkeys.
they all came from Warcraft 3. So like Winter Mall and stuff like that. That's the origins of all tower defense games, and then it went on to Flash to create things like Element TD, and that spiraled out from there. But it all came from Warcraft 3.
I can say Flash for certainty because I grew up from Newgrounds. Newgrounds is literally
Mm,
where I've conjured all my internet history from. I love Newgrounds, but
mm-hmm.
every time
Me
I
too.
hear
Me too.
Flash, it brings back it puts back a smile in my heart. Just put it that way.
Well, I always
Coon
think about
Cheese,
Homestar Runner.
Homestar Runner. I always think of things like I can't even think of it. Pico School and things like that because I'm a little bit edgy. Coon
Well,
Cheese asks if
Tank Man
you're a
was pretty
nigger.
edgy.
Wow,
I don't know,
I
man. Actually,
I
I'll tell
read
you,
that. I
based on my
just I
genetics, I'm 0% sub-Saharan African. Null, on the other hand, is 5% sub-Saharan African, so I should be allowed to call him the N-word when I want.
have you been called the N word by Noel, or have you ever called him that? Because I call him that quite often. That's what I
I
mean.
called him that once, and Lurker was just like, "You're a naughty boy. I'm gonna tell no." I'm like, "No," and then I got
Shout
banned.
out Lurker. She's
I
great.
love Lurker.
Yeah.
She is an amazing little Sicilian woman, and she is just the sweetest and smartest gal. I really do like
What's your opinion on Floogies, actually? Then, since we're talking about
her.
Kiwi women,
I would have probably shacked up with her, really, to be honest with you.
checked up. What do you mean by like get married, have kids?
Yeah,
Like what?
yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Have
A
you
Welsh
seen
woman.
Floogies?
I saw one picture of her once, so that's very lame on me for going that hard on seeing one picture of her once. But you can kind
Um,
of tell with the personality and how they talk, like how they project themselves. Body language is very important, but how people talk is very important too. So I can tell she's a very intelligent and very attractive woman.
I can't hate the heart wants what the heart wants. Seems like you're very infatuated with Floogies. I can't hate.
Yeah, well, she's Welsh, and a lot of my family's Welsh, and Welsh and Irish, they're pretty close, especially South Welsh.
Sicko wants to reiterate that he loves you and thinks you're
Oh, I love
hilarious.
Sicko too. I love Sicko too.
Do you have a sock account by any chance?
A what
Because some
account?
of your videos, sock account for the Kiwi Farms.
No, that
Because
was Vash the Stampede. That was my sock account that I used Tor to log into.
I don't know, because I've seen some of your videos. Like I've seen a lot of them, and sometimes you'll maybe you're just apropos and you just know what the chat's saying. You will mention something that happens in the chat and you'll talk about it in your video. So it just makes me think you're still lurking somewhere out there.
Nah, I
But
bet
if
that's
you
just either synchronicity or me being up to date with the goings on of the sector, because I do care about the sector. I do care about the people in the sector. I keep up with them. Lifeguard Hermit, by the way, I hope he's doing well, because the last time I heard about him before I saw him posting a few times and it relaxed me a little bit is that he ended up having to go to the ER because he's fat.
Lifeguard is pretty fat. I was trying to get him on for an interview, but he's been a little bit he's been avoiding me. But you, on the other
Oh,
hand, got the bold and the brash in you, and you hopped on in real quick, and I appreciate it.
let's go.
Again, let's fucking go.
Right on.
So let's see who else. We got some other questions. We got Otis Melbrook. What is your favorite pizza?
Ooh. I'm an Amerimutt. I'm gonna get in the burger suit and I'm gonna eat my hamburger pizza.
You're gonna have a hamburger from Domino's, or Pizza Hut.
Shoot, man. Pizza Hut for sure. Like that's always been my favorite. Going down, sitting down in the Pizza Hut with that crazy hat roof and the nice ambiance and the nice chairs. It's always super cold in there, but like that's the place.
I have never eaten inside a Pizza Hut. To be completely honest, I've
Oh,
not had a Pizza
you're
Hut pizza.
missing out, man. Try it if you ever get the opportunity, because they're closing down a lot of those.
Oh, there's a few around still. I have. We have a round table. That's what we call our big pizza chain. I like
Hmm.
them, but they've changed their entire menu. because
Mhm.
they used to have these things called like potato skins, and they were literally just pizza on potatoes, boiled potatoes, and they were delicious. They got rid of them, so
Oh,
I don't really eat fast food pizza. I usually go to a pizzeria and get a big pizza pie
oh,
because I want
Sabaros
to
is
waste
pretty
some
good. Sabaros is pretty
at the
good.
mall.
Yeah,
You like mall pizza? I can't hate on mall pizza. What do you
that's
get
the
at the
best
mall?
place in the mall to get food. What
I
else is
go for a
Chinese
hot dog on
food?
a stick. I usually
Terrible
go for
Greek
hot.
food, the worst Greek food you've ever had. Terrible Chinese food that's dry. Get Sabaros.
When I'm at the mall next time, because there's still a few malls running, I will get it just for you, bro. I got you.
Right on.
Otis is asking, do you think you have a mental illness?
I was diagnosed with ADHD, but I've come to find out that AD in 1986 was like you're eating food dyes and it's fucking with your brain. I think blue food dye fucks with your endocrine system. Yellow food dye fucks with AD, like attention deficit, really, really badly. And red food dye straight up gives you cancer. That's what I think.
I can the red I can see because they did completely get rid of all the red 40 for all the hot Cheetos and breakfast
Mm.
cereal. So you may be onto something there. Do you like we'll talk about additives Robert Franklin Kennedy Jr.?
I think he is both autistic and a hero at the same time.
So like Christian pre Christine.
Yes, yes, yes.
Excellent.
Oh
Otis
man, it was
asking
so sad.
again. Oh no,
Hey,
continue. Sorry.
once, yeah, yeah, yeah. Null was really one big respect point for Null. Null was really trying to save. See, and he did. He coordinated the big care package when Chris's house burned down because he plugged in a damn Keurig in the bathroom, and the door made stripped the cable, and then the water on the floor caused a spark, and that ignited the entire storied house. All that hoarded stuff, all of Bob's stuff that we'll never get to see that well he was selling some of it off, so some of it we'll get to see thanks to the people who bought that, but it was such a tragedy, and Null coordinated a big care package for him, and I think that was one of the best things that the Kiwi Farms has ever done collectively. Is trying to
I
help Chris and then trying to employ him to make photos for people, make drawings for people.
I got to agree with that because honestly, I found out the Kiwi Farms really through the John was it Jacob Sockman saga or whatever when they were trying to say
Mm.
to Chris that they were gonna blow up Quickville with a laser beam or whatever for fifty thousand
Was that the
dollars.
idea, guys? I think that was the idea,
Yeah.
guys. Yeah, Sockness
Okay.
was weird, but he just wanted to rape
So
Chris. He didn't make
yeah,
him
he's the
beat his
one.
mother and himself for
Okay, I'm
extortion
mixing them up. You
purposes.
got it. You know more Chris Lord than me. I'm mixing it up.
Bro-
True.
Brother, I
Sockness.
remember watching Chris videos when I was very young and getting this horrifically in hindsight, euphoric feeling of like, this is where I'm supposed to be right now. I'm serious. I remember really, really good feelings and humor when watching old Chris videos from CWC Library on YouTube. And also on the Encyclopedia Dramatica, which was introduced to me when I was a freshman in high school, like forever ago, like 21 years ago. Or no, maybe not
Honestly, I
21, but
kind
like
of
18.
I discovered Chris through the Larry Bundy Jr. interview, which was on his channel because I used to follow Larry Bundy Jr. Because if you don't know, because you talk about Encyclopedia Dramatica, he's written pretty much everybody's articles on everybody
Mm.
from Nostalgia Critic to Nostalgia Chick to Spoonie to the I can't think of the black lady's name from Channel Awesome, but she did
Mm.
anime and Spoonie had a crush on her. So Larry Bundy, to his credit, has been in drama. So I found out through that Chris interview, and that's probably one of my favorite Chris things ever. Because he's like
Mm.
Chris. I hate to say it, even though he's turned into a tranny, he is one of the most influential people in my life because he's brought a part of internet culture that I don't think I've ever discovered just wandering around on my own or just clicking on YouTube videos. He introduced me to a website and a community of people where they're hilarious and they don't give a fuck and they just want to laugh.
Mhm.
Where most people, if you go on Twitter, if you because you haven't had it in a while, browse Twitter
I
for
only
more than like
I
six
only joined Twitter
six
when
hours.
Musk bought it, and then they deleted my original Jot IOTA account, so I just recently rejoined again.
Twitter sucks. I'm just gonna. You can't really. You may say the N word or whatever the case, or say faggot or slurs. To me, saying slurs or whatever Twitter doesn't have a community. It's just a bunch of people trying to pay for popularity now. Where the Kiwi
Ah,
Farms, you can just be funny and people will discover you. As much as
mm,
I didn't like Cats sometimes, Cats brought funny. He made threads that people wanted to go to. Cats brought attention to the website in a positive light. So I can't, as much as I like to make fun and talk shit, he did something positive. So I will give him that. Same as
yeah,
you. Your name instills happiness in the Kiwi Farm show. People love talking about you. Honestly, they do.
yeah.
Like right
Rest in
now,
peace, Cats. You know, he was a real
rest
one, and we didn't know how much pain he was going through.
well, rest in peace, Cats. Rich Web Pasta wants to say, hello, how are you doing? Richard
Hey,
West Pasta.
I know Rich Wet Pasta. I know that guy. Like, yeah, he's decent. He's decent. What's up?
Richard Webb Pasta is going to be a very popular person coming from the Kiwi Farms. He's very talented. He is my current Kiwi Farms Abby right now. If you haven't
Hmm.
seen, but I don't know if you can see. Shout out to
What's
Rich because he's cool.
right
Shout
on?
out Scout. Scout's in the chat right now too as well listening. So shout out to Scout. I see you.
I remember Sprite Header had some of the best posts.
Is that? Oh, actually, let me bring that up. It says Otis said, "What are some of your favorite Kiwi farmers?"
Sprite Header. There's Cats, of course. Um, Unfortunately, it's let's see. Let me look through these Avies really quick on my Kiwi Farms tier list, Avi list, and let's see if I can
Oh, take your
remember
time.
some of these guys.
Take your time.
Uh, mhm, mhm. And Amius is such a boomer, but he is essential support beam for the account. I love A Stump. He's an classic. And Admiral Thrombelius, he's great. What he did with the Nicholas Talbot crap is absolutely perfect. Great stuff. Let's see. I always like from the Uncanny Valley in the random picks thread.
Yeah,
I
Uncanny
love
Valley's cool.
Make it so. He's a great guy. He's a really nice person.
Top three right now, off the top of your head, favorite Kiwi farmers.
Oh shoot. I don't know, man. It's such a big community. I can't even think of the top three.
Yeah, you had like 20,000 posts. You were pretty active when the Kiwi farm, so I can see where you can have a little difficulty with that.
Yeah. Strawberry Douche is probably the best like femme poster, but Otterly is also a really good femme poster. So that like the people say that only like 40% of the Kiwi farms is females. I think like 60% of the Kiwi farms is female. I think it actually attracts female gossip more than male, gossip because guys aren't into gossip as much as girls.
I wouldn't say it's much gossip. But the Kiwi farmers attracts more women because you can say what you can't say on other places. Like you can't call a fucking faggot a faggot on Twitter because she'll get banned. But on the Kiwi farms, you can go and you can document what these people are doing. So I think it puts them more of a safe space too because it's anonymous. Because on Twitter, most popular accounts are just like a female Abby, some of it AI, you can tell. And
Yeah.
it'll literally just say, rate this McDonald's meal. Would you get this? And you get 60,000 posts because you're blue check mark. It's ridiculous. People
Yeah.
simping is at an all time high, honestly. Do you still read
It's
the Kiwi Farms?
I do. I'm on it every day.
What's your favorite threads?
My favorite threads are probably just the random picks and picks to make you laugh hilariously thread because I literally scanned through every single post in both of those all the way back to the original ones, and it actually got me a girlfriend once. No joke. Like some of the memes I pulled from
Really?
that got me a girlfriend. Yeah, and she was very cute. Unfortunately, she did abandon me when my dog was dying, though, so she wasn't the best quality of females. But when you start talking the quality of females, you start sounding like Andrew Tate, so it's best to just let it chill.
You're not a fan of Andrew Tate?
Nah, man, nah, dude. There's so
I
many
can agree with that.
holes in that story. If he like, I respect people who are bad and I respect people who are good as long as they're honest. That guy's got tons of holes. And one of the worst things about Candace Owens, other than the fact that she sells like reverse mortgages, which is what Chris's mom took out on the house, and
I mean, Candace
gold and stuff
Owen
like
used to
that.
simp for Ralph. So Candace Owens
Really?
is the yes. She, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Ralph have Candace Owens on the kill stream once? I could
Hmm.
be
I
wrong,
wouldn't
but
doubt that.
I think he did. Way this is before she was like popular and she was just like
Hmm.
a sector human being. So you can check, call me, you can make fun of me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I think that's correct.
I think it's
But
absolutely absurd that Laura Loomer is now one of the most powerful women in the world.
Yeah, I agree. People like people like idiots, to be quite honest with you.
It's all thanks
People
to
like me.
what was his name? He's the gay Greek guy, Milo Yiannopoulos. It's all thanks to Milo. Milo was like the central point that made Gavin McGinnis is popular enough to start the Proud Boys, which I do have some trouble with, but I can understand where they try. But like I know that the structure makes me criticize them very, very. And Enrique Intario is a Fed, and they do a bunch of gay shit. And so I criticize the Proud Boys, but I can understand where Western chauvinism is in kind of a need in the weak. But we've moved past that. As I was saying earlier on, is like Kiwi Farms was super, super important for moving the conversation along. But unfortunately, it feels like it's stalled in the last like year and a half or so. And it needs to start adapting to these new changes instead of just kind of coasting along because of the owner is comfortable because he's getting some donations now. It's struggling like 50% of it, but like he's got, uh, that drive is starting to winnow a little bit, and he needs to keep it up. Like how Sam Hyde, what made Sam Hyde great is how he was so slammed down by the financial establishment after the Adult Swim World Peace stuff.
Sam Hyde, in my opinion, got shit on by Tim Heidecker, so he deserves it. He
Yeah.
got literally they took Tim Heidecker took a shit on him because Sam Hyde couldn't keep his fucking mouth shut. He literally got what was coming to him. Most people would just, I hate to say it, sometimes you can't bite the hand that feeds you. And Sam Hyde and World Peace, no offense, had a funny skitter here or there. Not as good as Eric Andre show, not as good as home
Mm.
movies, not as good as what's that show? Children's Hospital. Not as good as what was it? SUV, the fake S Law and Order SVU spinoff they did. There's a lot of good Adult Swim shows. World
I wonder
Peace, not
whatever
too.
happened to Tim's co-host Eric Weinheim. What the hell ever happened to him? I really liked him,
He,
and now he's just gone.
he's no, he does commercials. He doesn't have to. He's made a lot of money from Adult Swim. He doesn't want to do acting. He just does little commercials here and there.
Well, if that's his
Tim
choice, so what?
Heidecker, he does movies and writes and all that good stuff. He was in last I remember is what was it, Us, with the horror
This is us.
movie. No,
Oh,
Us, the black people horror movie by the guy from Key and
oh,
Peele.
like the
I can't
Get
think of his
Out.
name.
Is it Get
Yeah,
Out? Yeah, yeah. Shoot, Key and Peele. Jordan Peele.
yeah, Jordan Peele. There you go. I'm not a big fan of Jordan Peele's. I like some of his movies. I'm not a fan of Key and Peele. I didn't find their show funny either.
I think
It's,
Keegan Michael Key he's a little bit of a tryhard, but I think Jordan Peele is actually incredibly intelligent. He gets caught up and he doesn't know how to do it like Tariq Nasheed. Oh, and that reminds me, Judge Holden is probably one of my favorite posters on the Kiwi Farms. That guy is like a chthonic, like insanely like soulful like horror poster. Truly, truly.
Gog in the Kiwi Farms chat wants to know: you're sure you're not a furry?
I'm not a furry. I've never been into furry stuff. I've never felt, attraction to any of that stuff. I can understand how some people get like literally they start to link up psychologically with their house pets. And that's why most of the furries are dogs. And that's it. It's the same thing that causes like a specific type of sociopathy that I've observed in my life where people don't care about human beings because they're all transactional, but they care about their pets because they have unconditional love. And that is, I think, the driving force that pulls people into that camp.
I mean, I love my dogs and cats unconditionally, but I'm not gonna turn into a furry.
Exactly, exactly, and that's where I'm at.
Do you have animals?
Not at the moment, unfortunately. But when well, I guess it's okay to talk about this. When my dad gets out of the hospital, he broke his hip recently. We're gonna get a
Sorry to hear that.
puppy. Yeah, well, it's crazy is because my dad broke his hip, and the same day my mom broke her arm, and they were unrelated. It's not like they got into a car accident together.
How
So
did
my
that
dad
happen?
at 3:30 in
Please
the
explain.
morning. Well, yeah, let's go back a little bit.
Yeah,
My dad
start from the beginning.
Yeah, yeah. Well, my dad went to the barber shop and he said he was fine, he's got it. He went to the barber shop, his foot got caught in that metal rail that you put your feet on. He tripped, he hurt his hip. So we have been, you know, picking up the slack for him because he's normally a very productive and helpful person around the house, but when he hurt his hip, he couldn't do much. Excuse me, his rib, excuse me. When he hurt his rib at the barber shop, he couldn't do much. So he was sleeping in his chair for like a week,
He
and
slipped at the
then
barbershop.
Yeah, well, his foot got caught in that metal bar that you put your feet on,
Okay.
and he
How old is your
yeah,
father, if you don't mind me
70
asking?
73.
Okay, that makes
So
sense.
I'm kind of a Chris Chan situation, which is one of the things that drew me to Chris Chan originally. But I
Oh, so
somehow,
you had your parents were 50 when they had you?
essentially, they were in their 40s. But because my dad
Okay.
had built a garden back in North Carolina, he built this huge garden. My mom had polycystic ovarian syndrome, and my dad built this beautiful garden. She couldn't get pregnant for 5 to 10 years of trying, and he fed her wonderful, wonderful stuff. And when she was pregnant with me, he would get her whatever she wanted at any hour of the night, which is just like, you know, God bless you, sir. But
Yeah,
so miraculously,
that
I got
takes
diagnosed.
dedication.
Yeah, I got diagnosed with ADHD, but no autism, which is weird because they usually come together. So I got lucky, and my parents got lucky, and I was like a miracle child, quote unquote. But
Scout
go
is wondering, did your father hand feed your mother when she was pregnant?
like a horse.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure, she loved pineapples and stuff, and he probably fed her by hand, and stuff like that, just when she was laying in the
romantic.
bed,
What a
relaxing.
gentleman.
Yeah, no, he's really a sweet guy. He's really a good guy.
Did
Genuinely
you
one
do
of
you
the.
take any of that from yourself? Do you have that kind of gentleman instinct on you?
Yes, I do. I want to help people, I won't say that I'm a very helpful person because most of my life is spent alone, but I try to help people when I can, when they need it. When somebody needs help in my vicinity, I hop to it immediately. Like I don't wait, and I'm good in emergency situations too.
Okay, I believe you. Going back to the fall, what happened to your mother?
Yeah.
Because if your father broke his hip, what happened to your mother's arm?
Yeah, let's get into that. So, when my dad tripped at the barbershop, he hurt his rib, and he was laid in his chair, not in his bed, for a week. And I normally walk him to his bedroom from his chair at 3 in the morning. He didn't tell me, and his balance was off, and he got all turned around, and he fell and really hard, and broke his femur that goes into his pelvis. He didn't break his pelvis. That's good, but his femur got snapped so hard it had to have pins put back in it, so he had to have surgery with that. When my mom was at the ER at the hospital, she heard the elevator, and she rushed to get to the elevator, and she was wearing Crocs, and she fell and she broke her arm at the top part near the shoulder, and she's been dealing with that. And my dad's been in a step down unit after the hospital, and we've been visiting him, and I spent about 100 hours of the last 2 weeks at the retirement home step down unit, and he's probably going to be home pretty soon, so it's
That's
going to
good
be
to
all
hear. I'm
right.
glad.
Yeah.
So you've been taking care of your parents essentially by yourself right now.
Yes. Yeah, that's why a lot of my stuff has been delayed. I have no free time at the moment.
Well, I'm proud of you, King. Have you been working?
Not for money. No, I do a lot of stuff in the backyard, which is investments. Trying to grow these baby plants up into something that will produce generation after
Oh, really?
generation. Yep,
What
clearing
baby
out some.
plants you got going?
I got some tomatoes. I got some peppers. I got some
Shout out
turmeric. I got
DV's
some
Devive.
aloe. Got
Sorry,
some
the best
bromeliad. Some
tomate.
pineapples. The what?
The best tomate is DV's Devive. Shout out.
Devious Dave? Oh man,
Yeah,
that's the
DV's
Oklahoma
Devive.
boy right there.
The best tomate. Yeah, shout out to him. He's watching. I know that for a fact.
Hell yeah, he's the number one ghost uh, supporter.
Follower. Yeah, he knows all
Yeah,
the ghost lore. Shout out Dave.
yeah. Dave, I'm
So,
still up to fight, bro. Let's go. Let's go.
do you want to fight DV's Devive?
He'd probably kick my ass, but I'm up for the fight. I'm up for the challenge. Let's go.
Honestly, I'm not. We've had the idea of a Kiwi clash.
Kiwi
I myself,
Clash!
DV's Devive and you would sell. You could probably be the main event. I
Yeah.
I have on my ballot. I want to put Anime Sucks Copen Seed against someone because he's been running his mouth against a lot of people on the Kiwi farms, and I think he should put his money where his mouth is.
His mouth has
And
been
then
writing checks his body can't
and
cash.
cash exactly. And then for the female, we can get Anissa because Anissa likes to box. So we just gotta get Anissa, and we can have Kiwi Clash 1, and we can help bankroll the
Let's get
Kiwi
Anissa
farms.
to fight Little Drip. Let's get Anissa to fight Little Drip. Let's go.
I would be okay with that. Maybe Elaine, but I wouldn't want her to get a disease
Ooh.
because Elaine is a disgusting human being. Lito Drip deserves a little bit better. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I'm going to say right now because Justulu says hi from
Hey,
the
Cthulhu.
general chat. And we got your starter for 10. What is your favorite Final Fantasy VIII Guardian Force? And why is it Doomshine?
Final Fantasy 8? I've only played 3 and
Yeah.
7, my man. I'm sorry. I'm a normie.
Oh,
I've only played 3 and 7.
oh, sorry, your starter 10. Nate is a normie. He's not played any of that. Belmont wants some clarification on your memes. He wants to know: is it true that your dad stole your girlfriend? I did not know this.
No,
This is
that's
true.
such bullshit. That's such bullshit. What he did.
Can you
Okay,
clarify?
let's get into
Clarify.
deep
I've never
lore.
heard this. Yeah, go into deep lore.
Let's get into deep lore. Let me pour some tequila in a glass here. Let's make it thick. My dad did not steal my girlfriend. What happened is he got caught up a little bit making friends with my friends, and some of these friends were a little bit unsavory. So they were doing, doing drugs, smoking weed, and he was kind of being big man on campus because they would hype him up so that he would.
Oh, he had a hype man. Were you the hype man? I'd be hyping
No,
my dad
well,
up. Not to be me.
yeah, well, he never had that opportunity because he was kind of a little bit of a dropout, so he never really had the opportunity to make like school friends. So when he got into that, he lost himself a little bit, and I ended up literally,
Are
oh
you saying
gosh,
he got lost in the sauce? Your dad got lost
he
in
got
the
lost in the
sauce.
sauce, man. But if you don't have any sauce, you lost, so you got to keep it balanced. But yeah,
So he was hanging out with some of your high school friends, smoking the ganja. Is what you're saying? So,
essentially, and this is right when Spice hit everybody, like
so you're
out of the
definitely
blue.
smoking K2 and Spice. Is what you're saying? He was he
Yeah,
got lost in the sauce. Okay,
he
continue.
got lost in the sauce, and I got lost in the sauce, and in that loss of the sauce, I literally broke up with one of the most intelligent, beautiful, perfect women. We would have made beautiful children, which is a kind of a creepy things to say, but like she's like legitimately genetically perfect. I'm talking like strawberry blonde hair,
10 out of 10.
tall, 11, 13 out of 10, man. 11, 12,
Wow,
13
the
out of 10.
confidence. Wow, shout out to
Blue,
her.
green,
She sounds
like
beautiful.
the blue green eyes are something I will never forget in my life because I can't find eyes like that anywhere. Like they were perfectly light blue with like specks of like beautiful green and like gold in them. It was the most beautiful. I could get lost in those eyes for like years, man. It was crazy. But like her voice was so sweet. She was so loving. She actually did care about me. And I broke up with her. And that's been killing me, man. That's been killing me
Why?
the
Why did you
entire
do it?
time
Did
because I
she
wanted to
cheat?
hang out with my friends. Oh, I want to go smoke weed with my friends. Oh. And if I had other people around that were telling me, "Hey, don't do that, man," that wouldn't have happened. So that's where the whole "dad stole my girlfriend" thing came from. He never
He
really actually.
never did anything. He just happened to. There, he just partied with your friends. What you're saying?
Yeah, and that I got gravitated towards my friends and my dad instead of my girlfriend, who we were playing cello together, and I
You
was
met her at a band camp
Mhm.
or something?
Melbourne Community Orchestra, which is now defunct.
Shout out Melbourne Community Orchestra for putting two together two star-crossed lovers. I appreciate it.
Oh man.
Scouts
Oh
asking for
man.
clarification. He said, "Didn't you drop out?"
No. I got my I was a super senior. So I had to
Super.
take
What's a super
another.
senior?
It's where you have to
I've
take
never heard that.
a 13th year, there's 12 grades, but if you're a super senior,
Yes.
you take an extra year or a half a year. I took an extra half a year, and then I went to adult ed, and I got all the qualifications to get my high school diploma instead of my GED. So it was very close to GED, but I actually got my high school diploma.
I'm proud of you. I got my high school diploma too. I
Thanks, man.
I got kicked out of high school. Since we're talking about high school, I got kicked out because I just didn't do my homework, and I
I,
was coming down with an illness, so I kind of not gave a shit about school. Let's put it that way.
oh, sorry to hear that, man. I actually got kicked out too because I brought a bunch of fucking mushrooms in my backpack and forgot about them. And then the vice principal was like right behind me one day. It's just like, come on. And then there was a police officer, and I started crying.
No shit. He they brought a police dog on you. Is what you're saying? Oh my
Well,
lord.
there's no dog involved. No, no, but they already knew because I had been
They knew
filling the bathrooms with spice. And Chief Sweeps with Broom, the Native American janitor, he
you're
gave me so
selling
many
spice.
chances. No, I wasn't selling it. I never sold that shit.
Yeah,
That
that's
shit
what I'm
was
clarifying.
nasty. Yeah, no, never. But yeah, I was heavily addicted. I was smoking in the bathroom, and yeah, I got the bathroom shut down a couple of times, and then people got
Where did
involved.
you buy your spice at? The smoke shop or the gas
Yep,
station? Because there's
both,
the gas station.
both, both, both the
Oh,
smoke shop and the
okay.
gas station. The stronger shit came from the Indian gas stations.
Yes, because they have no regulations towards what they're putting in their K2.
Even the
So
Indian guy was just like, "Oh, you don't want this. This would blow your blackout brain out. No, 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 you don't want
what the fuck?
it."
How would you smoke your spice? Did you roll it in a blunt, smoke it in a bong, in a joint? How'd you do it?
Bong or pipe.
Okay, I can respect that. I smoke out of a bong
You
sometimes.
can't control shit as strong as spice in a joint. You know, you'll be smoking half of your joint, and then everything will turn into cartoons.
How often, if you allow me to ask, were you doing spice? Was it like a year thing, 2 year thing, 3 year?
it's it stole like 5 or 6 years of my life, and I had a lot of friends who tried really hard to get me out of it, and eventually my friends did get me out of it. But like I missed so many opportunities. Not only did I throw away like a 13 out of 10 girlfriend, like I missed out on so many opportunities.
Um, were you smoking spice where you were using the Kiwi Farms?
No, 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 no.
So you were saying all these, not to be mean, I wasn't on the Kiwi Farms as long as you, let's put it that way, but I've seen you in chat quite often, and you and Muttley would be on in the chat for at least 24 hours. I could literally go to sleep in 3 in the morning. You and Muttley would still be there talking.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Muttley.
I've
Muttley
been
is
trying to get
still
Muttley for an interview.
he's
So,
still in potentially criminals chat sometimes. He shows up every once in a while. That
well, if you
man
see
is
Muttley, tell
amazing.
him I would love to get in contact with him because
I will.
people
I'll
just like
tell him
you,
that.
he would love to talk. I would love to
Hell
talk.
yeah. Yeah,
Thank you, Nate. I
he's a
appreciate you.
ball of energy. Oh, no problem, man. He's Muttley's a ball of energy. I'd love to see that interview.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad that I'm getting out there and you're taking your time because again, anime sucks. Open seat says I'm not worth an interview to anybody. But I'm glad you're proving him wrong. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey man, he makes farting dragon AI. Come on now.
Hey, we all have standards sometimes, but he says I'm at the lowest of the low. But it
Oh.
do be like that. If stupid monkey says, oh, actually, I'll say that towards the end because that'll go towards something I want to talk about later.
That
We
guy
got
claims
any.
to be Irish. He claims to be Irish. You're better than that, stupid monkey.
You don't think he's Irish? Why? What makes
No,
you think he's not Irish?
no, I think he might be Irish. It's just sometimes he doesn't act like it. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. How do you act Irish? Because I'm Irish, so I
Oh,
don't always
nice,
eat
nice.
on St. Patty's Day. I'm not eating corned beef and hash. So
You
how do you
should
act Irish?
follow Dog Zero with a zero at the end of the O with the zero. He sounds like Peter Griffin mixed with Null. That's what his voice sounds like. But he's really really intelligent. He makes really fun streams on Mondays and I think Thursdays.
Really, I will look into that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, to be Irish literally means to reject modernity. And modern thinking is like everybody versus everybody, free for all, take what you will, do what thou will. That is modernity. And Irish people have literally fought. Ireland was the hub of theology in the early Middle Ages, and then 800 years of England like pressing it to the wall.
Yeah,
It's rough stuff, man, and you gotta
it
rise
is.
above the struggle, and you gotta be good people in order to be a good Irish person, and not like a lot of these Boston people. The first transgender clinic in America opened up in Boston, so Boston people have undergone such horrible psyops.
I believe it because I've known people who've went and lived in Massachusetts and came back a completely different individual. So
Hmm.
there's something in Massachusetts besides ghetto Irish people. There is
Well,
like
it's all
something
that
tainted
green
in the
shit
tap
in the
water.
water.
Water, yeah, they tainted the tap water like Resident Evil. Last Stand has a question. He says,
Okay.
"What's your thoughts on Hillary Clinton?"
Hillary Clinton. Well, I know The Last Stand loves older ladies, so
Yes, he
um
does. He's very fun. I like he's a very big fan of Mildred Pierce. in that movie. So shout out to him.
Right on, right on. Yeah, hey, gotta love the classics. Gotta love the classics. Hillary Clinton, she seems kind of inept, and she kind of seems like a sin eater, and I think she might have a
A
humiliation
sin
fetish.
eater.
Yeah, sin eater, somebody who absorbs all of like her husband and the Democratic Party's sins, just absorbs it into herself because she loves the attention.
Well, she does because have you ever seen the video where she's like, "I'm here," and she clicks the camera and she's like, "I'm at Niagara Falls" or whatever.
I
She
remember
loves
the
attention.
we came, we saw, he died. Horrible
Amen to that.
Julius Caesar butchery of Julius Caesar's quote over the venerable. You know, there's not a lot of people in Islam that are venerable, but I can count them off in on one hand. El Qarr of Algeria, Rumi, Avicenna, and the venerable Gaddafi. The people that our current NSA chief, the person that our current NSA chief, Tulsi Gabbard, has defended in the past, uh, who unironically was a good person and was trying to do the right thing and ended up getting like screwdriver raped to death over Hillary
It,
Clinton and Nicolas Sarkozy of France's bullshit, which France is just a degenerate cesspool, truly.
France, they had the French Olympics or the Olympics, excuse me, last year, and they have the entire Eiffel Tower walled off, so you can tell that France is fucked. Because before you could
Mm-hmm.
just walk under the Eiffel Tower, now you can't even. You don't got that opportunity.
They
So
just use it
yeah,
for internet clout. They light it up with whatever color flag is needed for the day, and then they do it. They use it as an internationalist landmark instead of what Eiffel wanted it to be, which is a Parisian excellence.
I hope one day they light it Jamaican, so I can say that France is having a white boy summer. That would be pretty funny if you ask me.
Right on.
The the last stand also wants to know: do you ever think about him since you've been banned?
Yeah, I see him all the time, and I appreciate him as an appreciator of the classics. I love my black and white movies. I love my Three Stooges, because my dad is a legitimate boomer. And
How much of a boomer?
if I could get into the boomers for a second, because
Go
they
ahead.
get.
Yeah,
I think that's the
please.
perfect thing to respond to the Last Stand. So the boomer generation ended in 1964, when the Vatican was subverted fully, and when Wicca, the religion of Wicca, started, and when the Church of Satan was founded, was 1965. So Generation X lived in one gigantic psyop: sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And the rock and roll and the heavy metal and stuff does have like, I love Warhammer 40K. So I love that sort of
Shout out Priest or Jazz. He loves Warhammer.
well, shout out Forgetful Jin. Like he got done dirty. He was not a pedophile. I'll give you my word. Forgetful Jim was not a pedophile. He was not a lolicon. He was not a Shotacon. I give you my
So
word.
you
He
just
was not.
cross your heart, hope to die.
Cross my heart, hope to die. Little lied. Little lied. People died.
Okay, I trust your opinion. I believe you. Why would you say that? People say Forgetting Jin was a pedophile. I didn't
Because
know
that
this.
that became. I remember I tried very hard on my Vash account to break this fight up, but he kept on fighting and fighting and fighting. And Forgetful Jin was, excuse me, and Little Drip was just like, "Oh, you're not going to submit to me, Menoid. Oh, I'm going to do some shit to you." And she got Null involved, and Null did
She called him a
whole,
Moid. I don't know if you
you know,
know this. I
Moid,
hate to
Moid,
interrupt.
yeah. Uh,
Lindell Drip is no, just a secret.
no
That's
way.
his soccer account. That's his soccer account. Everybody knows
No,
this. Why do you
I
think
know the sock.
everybody?
I know the
Why do
sock.
you say that? Why do you say
Because I
that?
saw him sock back in the day, and I can confirm it based on the stream that he did the next couple of days. Is he came up with this account that had a white question mark on a black background, which reminds me of Tipper a little bit, if you know that musical artist. But
Yes.
like he said,
Continue.
in hypothetical, he was 1/5 this, 1/5 that, 1/5 this, 1/5 that, 1/5 that. And on the stream the next day, he was just like, "Oh, Amerimuts always say they're 1/5 this, 1/5 that, 1/5 this, 1/5." He said it exactly one for one, like, and he doesn't copy people like that. He copies people's ideas, but like that was his sock account. And I was like, legitimately, when I fingered him before I found out that that was
You
Null on a
fingered
stream,
him. You should
I
reword
fingered
that.
when I pointed it out, when in my
There you go.
psychology, when I figured it out that that was actually a Null sock account, I was just like, well, I hope nobody is on amphetamines in this chat, because that's something I worry about with him, is that he's on amphetamines.
I don't know. No, believe me, I don't think Noel does drugs. I've
I
been
hope
around
not.
a lot of druggies.
Me
Noel
too.
does not have that vicarious energy. He's not up at random hours of the night. He doesn't come off like schizophrenic sometimes. He doesn't have
Mm.
random feats of rage.
Hmm.
No, it just seems like he's a grumpy Gil sometimes because he has to deal with constantly getting attacked from trannies, the bangs, randos on the website, a forum drama by people like me because we're not supposed to be doing things like this. We're supposed to keep it clean, but we're
No,
talking
man.
amongst each other.
It, it's
But
it's it's content. It's Kino. It's ultimately what the sector is built off of, even if it doesn't always slot into the administrative parts of the Kiwi farms.
I'm always here for the fans. I love trying to entertain. I've been trying to make videos like you. Not the consistency as you. You have the perfect stream schedule, like or not video schedule
Thank you.
every other day. So it builds an audience. So I can't hate. So
I,
as
I
long as
did
you
like
keep doing
a
that,
I
you
did
will
like
build
a
an audience.
everyday streak for like 90 episodes. I did every single day, but
And
stuff
the
started
people
to
enjoyed
well
it.
up. Well, that's good. I'm glad.
People keep the every other day because at least gives people rest and gives you some rest. Let your thoughts brew. That's just my opinion, though.
It just depends on how fast my brain is, because
Shout out Esther
everybody
in the chat. I know she's
everybody
watching. Shout out Esther. No offense, sorry.
Oh, no, it's good. Everybody has like their ups and their downs, right? That's a natural. I think everybody is some level of bipolar, but especially because of that's how like humanity has attuned itself recently, is like first week of my paycheck I'm gonna go ham, second week of my paycheck I'm gonna be depressed. So everybody has that like depressive manic state to them in a natural flow. But like sometimes I'm just cranking out thoughts. Like right now I have a episode and a half of notes down ready to release. um so it just depends on how fast my brain's moving. Some days my brain isn't moving at all. I feel like a slug.
I can't hate on that. At least you're being honest. Sometimes you can't think of everything so quickly, like Chris. You can respect it. Richard Web Pasta wants to ask, where did you get the idea that Noel's on amphetamines?
It just well, honestly, his own posts about like if you're suicidal, you should take amphetamines, but not just that. It's like legitimately he.
I've never heard Noel say that actually.
Oh
Noel
no,
usually
no, no! I
says,
give you my word. He said that on his stream. Like somebody like super chatted him, like I feel like killing myself, and he's just like, well, if you have nothing else to lose, try meth. Legitimately said that.
I
I'm not
don't.
joking.
I mean, I'm a Janny on his kick chat. I've seen a lot of Maddie. I've been watching Maddie's. The first year I missed, but from like late 2019, 2020. I don't think I
Hmm.
remember him saying that. He has
Well,
said to kill yourself, which sometimes depending on the individual, I agree. I hate to say it's a little crude. And some people, he says, just to turn off your brain and stop being sad. To some effect, some people can do that. I can. I have a stomach disorder, so I'm fucked up in the head a
hmm.
little bit, just tiny bit. So I have a little bit of time to struggle. And I never had Nate. I was saying Nate. That's you. I never had Noel say take amphetamines, and I've spoken to him on a few occasions. He just says you're a stupid negroid, and I'm like, oh, thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah, well, I hope I'm wrong on that, because like meth has a 1300 dopamine release. Amphetamines themselves have an 1100 dopamine release. And I would suggest everybody try MDA sometime in their life. Not
You're
MDMA,
so
not
everyone else.
MDMA.
Okay, continue. Sorry, I was gonna specify because I had to talk about Molly. Continue.
No, 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 not MDMA, not MDMA, but MDA, sassafrole, the thing that's derived directly from the sassafras root, which early Americans used to turn into root beer. That shit is amazing, but if you take too much of it, you will be glued to the floor watching the ceiling fan like swirl around in rainbow tracers and stuff like that. It is incredibly psychedelic, incredibly empathogenic, but ultimately incredibly potent, like literally zero point 0.3 milligrams, or yeah, zero point 0.3 milligrams of MDA will make you overdose. And
May I
I had a
ask you a
person.
question?
Yeah, sure.
How many drugs have you done? It seems like you're very really well versed in your drug abuse.
Well,
Not drug
first,
abuse, but drug
no, no,
use.
no. I have abused drugs.
Okay,
um,
you
I
says
was an
okay.
Arrowwood. I was an Arrowwood kid, so I would research everything, and it would get me my curiosity up. And I hate to say this. I hate to say this. I really despise it, but it's true. The drug that I abused the most was Benadryl. dihydromorphone. And
Have you met Benadryl Man before?
the Hat Man, I've never seen him. I think
I've
that's
never.
that. Nope, not once. I saw the
I,
Garden of Janah though. That's the fucked up crazy
Janada.
thing. No, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It extended forever, and there was this perfect geometry between the blue, the green, and the white, and it was just like, insane. And I would like stare off into this corner of my room, just a straight corner of a wall, and I would like, if I would concentrate and not blink for like 15 fucking minutes, I could see the Garden of Janah stretching before me. There was nobody there. There's nobody but fucking anybody else, because it's okay in the Quran. Dog Zero is walking us through Jannah and the verses of the Quran. I've never read the Quran. I've read the Kama Sutra. I've read the Bible. I've read the Torah. I have the Tanakh on my bookshelf over there. But no,
Okay,
I've never read the
continue.
Quran, and it's some crazy shit. They're obsessed with cum. They're legitimately
They are.
obsessed with cum.
I, I've I've known because I went to Catholic school. We had a teacher, at least in the eighth grade, where she was trying to prepare us for high school. So she was like, "Oh, X, Y, and Z school was going to let you talk about religion in this class. So let's try to get versed in whatever in case." And one of the only things I remember about the Quran is that there's a story of the lovely Prophet Muhammad. The man who has the 8-year-old wife. He
Yeah,
once sees a
Aisha.
dog
God
on
rest
the
her soul.
God rest her soul. Amen. Jesus saves. Do the sign of the cross. He sees a dog and he's like, "Oh, that's a filthy animal." And then he sees a cat in the same dirt path and he's like, "Oh, that's a religious blessed beast bestowed upon God." I'm
Wrong.
like, this dude's crazy.
Cats will sneak out of your house, get into a nuclear power plant, and then come back with 15,000 pips on them. Dogs will never do that. I'm not hating on
Dogs are loyal,
cats.
yes. I agree. Cats, I do like cats. They are fluffy little balls of love, but dogs have loyalty in which you can't pay for. Most people can't pay for loyalty like
Well,
that.
there's pit bulls, and like we struggle with pit bulls because I've known good pit bulls, and I've known pit bulls that are absolutely fucking evil.
Scout actually has a question before we move on to pit bulls. He says, "Have you
Scout
tried
Trooper?
Duster?" Yes, Scout Trooper. He's in here right now. He
Yes,
says,
unfortunately. Okay, so this goes back to a guy that I knew that was trying to kill himself, and I actually prevented him from
"Tetra."
killing himself. He would just take triple C's, corrosive and cough and colds. He would take a shit ton of triple C's, and then he would huff Duster until he was a fucking incoherent mess. And I pulled him out of that. And he would later kill himself after I kind of abandoned him because he was just like constantly asking for help. And that's when Mary Lee Walsh of the chat said that I killed my friend, which is just like, bro, you have
Mary
no
Lee,
idea how much I tried to help that guy. Oh my fucking! And I felt so bad when he died. Like I really, really did.
did you do all this Duster? Is that why he killed himself? That's what Lepew saying.
No, no, I learned it from watching him. I learned it from watching you. But yeah, I really
Is
did.
it true there was 200 cans of Duster? I
I
don't know
swear
any
to
of this
God,
lore.
man, I almost drove myself off a fucking bridge, huffing Duster and driving one. So you go up a
You have your
bridge.
license.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
What
I
do you
drove.
drive?
I was driving a Cobalt at the time, and I drove up
200 cans of Duster.
a Chevy Cobalt, and I drove up a bridge while huffing Duster on my way back from Walmart after stealing Duster in my pants. And, and
Was it worth it?
no,
You wouldn't do it
no,
again.
the poop man come. The Hat Man isn't real, but the poop man is real. Okay.
Did you shit yourself? What you say?
11 huffs fine, 13 huffs the poop man come. Okay, remember that. That's real shit. But like you drive up a bridge and the chemistry in your brain changes, especially if you're in Florida and you're used to flat plains all the time. And I was huffing a big huff of Duster driving up this bridge, and I slammed into the side and fucked my wheel up real bad, and I almost went over the bridge. And yeah, I almost died on Duster. And
How
yeah,
fast were
straight up.
you going?
I would not that fast, not that fast. Just going up the bridge and passing out. That's all. And I'm not a speeder.
Going up the bridge and passing out. Like, that's a normal thing to do. No offense. I'm sorry to laugh. But
No, it's
that,
good, man. It's
that's,
funny shit.
that's not what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. I could have hurt
Did
somebody
the,
else straight up, like
did the
unironically.
poop
That's
man
wrong.
come before you were up the bridge or after you hit the bridge with the pooping cone? I
Well,
need to
you're going
specify.
up the bridge, and like the pressure change fucks with your blood oxygen, and you do pass out when you're going up off of a long distance. You know.
Oh, yeah, I believe it because it's like when you go to Colorado, the elevation. If you're not adjusted to it, you're gonna have like a migraine headache.
Yeah.
Nate, please don't take any duster. Please, we don't need
No,
you
no, no, no,
crashing
no.
into any more barriers and destroying your
That's
tires, man.
that's some depressed I want to kill myself shit. I gotta admit, like that's some shit that you only do when you have absolutely nothing in your life to attach yourself to.
I
Like
mean,
really.
Tetra Backs like to just huff duster because he enjoyed huffing duster. To be honest,
When
so I guess it's a
Cobes started
Cobra.
huff when he started huffing duster, I was in his chat begging him to stop, and he legitimately addressed me, and it's just like, oh, I'm not doing it that much, but I'll do what I want, sort of stuff like that. And it's just like, well,
Yeah,
I tried my best, and it's just like that's the best I could do.
is that what you did to your friend as well, or how did you help him? Going back to that, if you don't mind me asking.
I just spent
So,
extra
because
time with him, and I asked, what was wrong, and I can't go into that because it involves other people. But like,
okay, of
I was
course.
just there to talk to him. And people sometimes just straight up need a person to talk to, so never shy away from talking to people straight up. Like that projection between your words and their words is like a psychic bond that you create, and that really does help tether people to reality. Otherwise they're just caught up in their emotions and their imagination all the time, and sometimes your imagination hits you with the worst and most egregious shit ever, and you can't
Well,
escape
I'm
it.
going to just tell you right now, we are soul bonded from this interview. We are
Let's
going to be
go.
entwined. We are in the sector history, and people are seem to be very happy that we're doing this, and they're enjoying you a lot. So thank you, Nate. Again, I have to keep telling you thank you because you took your time out of your day to do this because you have things important, obviously. So thank
No,
you.
man, I'm sorry for pushing this back so far. I had some stuff going on, but yeah, I'm very happy, and thank you very much for hosting me. It's been very very fun, and yeah, any other questions? I'm down for it, but I do got to piss sometime soon. So if you want to take like a break sometime in the next
Oh,
15 minutes, so I
you
can piss.
you could take a break right now. I'll host the chat right now. Get some
All
more
right, I'm gonna take
questions
a
going.
break. I'm gonna take a break. Be right back.
Okay, take your time.